Adventurous kids, explore with education and learning what a wildlife is in the Everglades. I want to explore the Museum of Discovering Science. What plants do butterflies like? I want to know about Key West Adventurous Kids, learning and fun. Adventurous Kids!
Today I'm going to tell you about Eugenie Clark. Eugenie Clark was a U.S. ichthyologist, or a scientist who studies fish. She was known as the Shark Lady. Eugenie studied fish, especially sharks and pufferfish. She was a pioneer in using scuba diving for her research. People saw her as an expert in marine biology. She used her fame to help protect ocean life. Clark was born on May 4th, 1922 in New York, New York. She had an American father and a Japanese mother. Her father passed away when she was very young. Her passion for sea life was brought about in part because of her Japanese heritage and the role of the sea in Japanese culture. Clark also spent many hours almost every weekend at the New York Aquarium. The time she spent there inspired her to study fish. Clark studied zoology at Hunter College and earned a bachelor's degree in 1942. She went on to earn a master's degree in zoology from New York University in 1946. In 1950, she earned a doctorate from New York University based on her study of the production of two kinds of tropical fish that bear live young. Clark worked at a number of research facilities in the beginning of her career. She was a skilled underwater diver. In 1949, she was sent to the South Pacific to collect and identify species of poisonous fish. 2 years later, she was given a scholarship to conduct research in the Red Sea. The Red Sea waters were virtually unexplored at that point. There, she discovered several fish species, including one that releases a natural shock repellent when threatened. Known as the Moses sole, the fish makes hungry sharks not only stop in their tracks, but then proceed to thrash their heads from side to side. Clark studied potential human uses for the repellent, but found that it would not be effective long enough to be useful in products like sunscreen. In 1953, she chronicled her experiences in Lady with a Spear. The book was an international bestseller. It inspired members of the Vanderbilt family to fund a laboratory for Clark to conduct research. In 1955, Cape Hayes Marine Laboratory in Placida, Florida opened. Clark served as the executive director of the laboratory until 1967. It is now known as the Mote Marine Laboratory and is based in Sarasota, Florida. While she was at the lab, Clark and her team collected and studied hundreds of fish species off the Florida coast. In 1958, Clark began research on shark behavior. She eventually trained some species of sharks to push a target in order to receive food. This research proved that sharks were more intelligent than most people had thought. She also discovered that some shark species do not have to swim continuously to breathe. Clark became an advocate for shark conservation and worked to dispel public fear of the animals. In 1966, Eugene left Cape Hayes to teach at the University of New York. In 1968, she became a teacher at the University of Maryland College Park. She received many awards there. Eugenie officially retired in 1999, but she still taught a class each semester for several years. Clark was a frequent contributor to National Geographic magazine. In addition to Lady with a Spear, she also wrote The Lady and the Sharks, 1969. She co-wrote the children's book The Desert Beneath the Sea, 1991, about her time on the sandy floors of the Red Sea. Over her many years of research, Eugenie did over 70 dives in special underwater vehicles. She led more than 200 research trips around the world. She worked on 24 TV specials and helped to make the first IMAX film. She even rode on the back of a 50-foot whale shark. She did not slow down either, completing her last dive at 92 years old the year before she died. Eugenie returned to the Cape Hayes Laboratory, now called the Moat Marine Laboratory, in 2000. She worked there as a senior scientist until she passed away. She died in Sarasota, Florida from lung cancer on February 25, 2015. Eugenie Clark received 3 honorary science degrees. She was inducted into the Florida Women's Hall of Fame and the Maryland Women's Hall of Fame. In 1987, she received the NOGI Award for Science. This is a very important award in the diving world. She also received honors from the National Geographic Society and the Explorers Club. In 1975, she received the gold medal from the International Society of Women Geographers. The U.S. Post Service even has a stamp honoring her, released in 2022. Clark's research changed the way we view sharks today, and her deep dives have given us insight into the world around us. Now young girls from around the world can press their noses up to the glass aquarium tanks and gaze upon the several species of fish named after Eugenie Clark, fondly remembered as the Shark Lady. Thank you for diving and watching this Adventurous Kids episode.
What did you learn today?
Adventurous Kids!
Adventurous Kids!
What was the most interesting fact?
Adventurous Kids!
Adventurous Kids!
Adventurous Kids!